welcome back to another episode of 100% Orange Juice. We'll be doing Marc episode 4 again. We'll skip through the story because we've already experienced that in the last episode. We'll be facing off against Yuki and QP this time. Yuki gave us a bunch of trouble in the last episode, so we'll probably want to build around trying to counter Yuki. Best way to do this is to stock up on all these passive star gain cards so we don't give Yuki any more powerful combat cards, essentially. We could put in a pudding, but we would heal 3 HP at best, since Marc only has 4. So we're much better off putting in winners, since although it heals all units, there's also the chance that the CPU uses it for us. So let's just get right into it. So Yuki's gonna fight QP immediately, and they'll exchange some blows. QP's at 1 health, Yuki at 3 now. We're gonna fight Mary Popo, and we each do 1 damage to each other, but Mary Popo had the advantage, since she attacked on a lollipop square, so that would heal her right back up. We're just gonna get some stars. Yuki has the same idea, and Mary Popo prefers cards, and QB doesn't really have a choice there. We're gonna draw 1, it's Via Warida. This is one of the few stages that Via Warida is actually a decent card to use, because you can use it to shuffle around the traps on the board, and that might potentially remove a trap that's placed on your lollipop. But in general, it's a really bad card, since you can't rely on the fact that your opponent will have you can't rely that your opponent will have a lot of trap cards in the deck, and most of the time you're not planning to step on the traps anyway. But I'm just thinking whether I want to tail Yuki or go to this warp. We're gonna go to warp, and all it did was move us 1 square back. So we're in favorable positions. Mary Popo stole stars from Yuki, but Yuki's going for wins, so that's irrelevant. Yuki dodges the attack and retaliates with 1 damage onto QP. We're just gonna get more stars, because we're gonna play the farm game, essentially. We really don't want to confront Yuki directly. The battle will lose, more or less. Most of the time, at least. So Yuki takes out Mary Popo, puts her at 4 wins. We level up, and then we're gonna go for 30 or more stars next. Yuki used Gamble, and that took out QP. It was a 33% chance that we would get taken out, so we're sort of lucky there. We draw a times 16 Big Rocket. We can make good use of that later on. There's no point going toward the lollipop, since we don't have 30 stars yet. So we just get more stars and hopefully land on another person's lollipop. Yuki hasn't reached 5 wins yet, so she won't be getting to level 4. For a few more turns at least. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to fight QP. Deal 2 damage to QP. Defend and take 1, and then we're gonna fight Mary Popo. Deal 2 damage to Mary Popo, and I was hoping to evade, but that's okay too. The point of this was to weaken them, so perhaps we could get a KO on them KO on them later on. But the main point was to use their lollipop to level up. Yuki will fight the chicken and get her 5th win, so she's on her way to level 4. QP chooses not to stop on the lollipop, since she hasn't met 30 stars yet. And what we're gonna do is just gonna continue to fight Mary Popo until we knock her out. That happened a lot sooner than I thought it would. So our next target will be QP, but I think Shubi's just gonna run into Yuki and get taken out. Yuki actually fails to take QP out, but I think she'll be taken out in the next turn anyway. We will warp. And hit us one tile here. It's okay. Yuki is at 6 wins now. QP is gonna tail Yuki. I'm not sure what that will achieve. We draw a nice present. So what we'll do is get rid of what's picture of the toy store. Yes. But the future of the toy store is a really controversial card, since you can only use it when you have less than 50 stars, well 50 or less stars. And there's no guarantee anyone will actually step on it. And the last factor is you might I'm not sure if I don't remember if it's exchange stars or you gain their stars, but more or less it's unreliable. We want to. Okay. Next turn we'll probably use VR Waruda. And that will move this trap card away from our lollipop. And I was just making sure we had enough stars to level up, so this will cost us 5 stars. And we'll stop at home, and then we'll go for 120 next. So this is one of the few times that VR Waruda was actually useful, but we have no idea of knowing if that trap card would have actually hindered our level up. Worst case scenario would have been a go away. So now that we're level 4, we will do 4 damage using times 16 Big Rocket, but for now I'm just gonna use Nice Present, draw 2 more cards, and we draw into another Big Rocket, so that's pretty good. And we landed on Bad Pudding, makes us discard a random card. We're lucky that the card was it was the Flamethrower Trap, and instead of our 2 hypers. But unfortunately, Red Popo stole 40 stars from us, so that'll really hinder our level 5. We really want to try to KO Mary Popo again to get our stars back. So QB is gonna fight the boss, and it's not gonna look too good for her. We roll a 1, so that's unfortunate. Yuki rolls a 3, so she's right hot on our tail. Dinner is used, which is actually pretty bad for our situation, because the only ones that were hurt were, I believe, QP and Yuki. So Yuki's back at full health, which makes her really hard to deal with. So what I'll do is use times 16 Big Rocket on Yuki, put her at 1 health. That'll potentially allow us to KO her if she fights us next. Again, this puts us really behind on stars, but I think it's perfectly fine. And we're also going to use this Extend, so that next time we get knocked out in combat, we'll instantly revive. This doesn't have the added benefit of QP's Hyper card, which is you lose no stars when you get KO'd, but Extend is a card that everyone can use, so that's a balancing factor. QP's gonna fight the boss, deal 1 damage, and actually only take 2 damage. We loop around, and Yuki's gonna not go fight us, and instead go to the other lollipop. I was hoping we would roll high enough to fight Yuki, but that's not the case. Instead, Yuki's gonna go straight to the boss and actually KOs the boss. That's ridiculous. So now Yuki has her level 5 Norma. And she uses Gamble on us, and we get knocked out. And then Yuki knocks out QP. And then Popo revives. And fortunately we had Extend, so Extend also applies on non-combat KOs. You can see how Yuki is snowballing out of control. I'm gonna warp. And I don't think anyone can stop Yuki at this point. So we're just gonna count our chickens and then try again. Try another attempt in this video. QP knocks out a chicken, that's irrelevant. Oh, in an amazing turnaround though, Yuki lands on a Sky Restaurant Pure Trap, and that means she loses half her stars, so perhaps we're not out of this game just yet. We're gonna use Time 16 Big Rocket on Yuki again, put her at 1 health. That's so if she ever decides to fight anyone, we have the potential to counterattack her for a KO. Although QP fails to do so. Boss takes 3 damage, and I think the boss will do it for us. And that's fine. If we can get the boss KO, we can probably get back into this game. But we've spent a lot of resources trying to take care of Yuki. KOing QP helps us in the resource department. But we're still not there yet. 220 stars. Mary Popo does 1 damage to the boss and gets knocked out. Yeah, we stepped on dangerous pudding, so our turn will be skipped. And we're just gonna go for more stars. And next turn we should be able to use our own lollipop to level up. And since Yuki went for stars, this is the reason we're still in this game. Due to the Sky Restaurant Pure trap card that she landed on. We have Super All-Out mode, and the best way to use this card is to wait for the boss to be low, and then use it, and then roll so you fight someone who's on the boss panel, and then after you potentially KO them, you also can KO the boss for a double kill. We are gonna go here, and we lose our Super All-Out mode, but we really need the star gate right now, because if Yuki keeps getting stars at that rate, then she could probably win before we can. Now the best way to yeah, she rolled another 6, which is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure rolls are rigged at this point, because we're pretty deep into the campaign mode. We will go here. We get another Time 16 Big Rocket, so in desperate times we can use it to KO Yuki again. So the boss is at 2 health. I don't think we'll be able to KO the boss with any modifiers though, so we're gonna rely on someone that's not Yuki to poke at the boss. Now Yuki is close to 200 stars, but she'll have to loop her lollipop again. How about we knock out QP? And we do knock out QP, and this actually puts us in a position to win. The moral of this story is don't get into unnecessary combat, as QP did. I'm pretty sure she was, like, if I were in QP's position, and I fought Marc, I would be hoping to KO Marc to both get the kill and level up, because that would fulfill the normal condition, but QP is not the best combat character to do so. Back to our story, though. I did it! Bo-bo-bo-bo. The mastermind is Marc. What? Me? Wait, we have no time to waste on that doggy girl in the first place. That's right. It's time to get Popo. Sure. Oh? Popo. Popo, Popo. There are 2 Popo? What the heck is this? Popo, 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 Popo. We have to catch both of them. let's roll. This is gonna be fun. Let me accompany you. So... I was contemplating doing, Marc episode 5 in this video, but, I'm thinking, it'll probably be best saved for the next episode, since we didn't finish as fast as we normally did. So until next time, when we'll do Marc episode 5, where we're facing off against two Maripopos and Sora, as per usual, for an episode 5 scenario. Thanks for watching, hope to see you again, Castella out.